Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is Pastor Reverend Dorcas. Once again, we look at the case of Africa and its gruesome adventures. Africa belongs to God. To witness its greatness, Africa needs to return to God, needs to return to Jesus. Africa has two main problems, which are false prophets, false pastors, and greedy, corrupt leaders. These false prophets, pastors, and corrupt leaders are building empires at the mercies of unsuspecting masses. Let us look at the book of Numbers 22. We come across Balak, the king of Moabites. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on the side of Jordan by Jericho. And Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was so afraid of the people because they were many. And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are around about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak son of Zippor was king of the Moabites. Ye send messengers therefore unto Balaam the son of Beor to Pithom, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people coming out of Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Come now, therefore, I pray thee, curse them. Curse the children of God who are blessed. Oh. Barak represents corrupt leaders, while Balaam was a misguided prophet. This was the time when the Israelites were coming out of oppression by the Egyptians. I relate this well with what happened to colonized Africa, which was later recolonized by its own leaders. An example which quickly comes to my mind is the case of Uganda. Uganda gained independence in 1962, led by Milton Obote, who was overthrown by General Idi Amin. This led to Uganda becoming a hopeless state as Amin plundered it. This threatened its tourism, and Western embassies withdrew one by one. Then came the AIDS pandemic, as per the word of prophecy which was earlier given. World Health Organization experts predicted that the nation would collapse by 1997. By then, a third of the population would be dead. One third will be suffering, and the remaining third will not be able to monitor the economy. At that time, Ugandan singer from abroad endeavored to alert the population through songs, but government felt such publicity will affect the economy. The devil is a liar. The economy was more important than the well-being of the inhabitants. Yet the situation of Uganda demanded drastic measures. Christians looked up to heaven for God to shoulder their burdens. Remember Isaiah 9 verse 6, which states, "A child is born unto us. His name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace, the King of Kings, the promised Messiah." Is the greatest ruler. The government of this world, facing political, economic, and health problems, must seek the face of Jesus, like King Josiah of the Old Testament. The case of Uganda followed the old sayings in Hebrews 12, which goes, "Since we are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." The government of Uganda saw no way out. So-called church leaders admitted their predicament and asking God, "Can you find a ray of hope in this situation?" Now listen to the words of prophecy. Whose report should we believe? The World Health Organization, or the word from the prophets? Oh. When the gospel arrived in Uganda in 1877, they were both a radical spiritual breakthrough battle. The first 36 Ugandan martyrs died at the hands of King Mwanga in 1886, but that did not hinder what is now seen as the roots of the revival of East Africa around 1920 in Uganda and Rwanda. In 1971, a Muslim General Idi Amin took over power of the government control. He started an unprecedented brutal persecution, particularly on Christians. He declared Uganda an Islamic state. Despite that, it was only 3% of the population. He invited President Gaddafi and the Arabian King Faisal to a 4-day ceremony where thousands of sheep and goats were slaughtered for the ceremony. Christians reacted by fleeing to the jungle for a 24-hour prayer. The church falsely believed Amin to be the enemy. Was he? The devil was. Amin was deposed in 1979. Renewal of the covenant with the living God, President Museveni repealed Amin's Islamic covenant. President Museveni understood the prophetic called on intercessors to rededicate the nation to God of the Bible. This broke the dam. This took place in a public stadium, the same way the devil had treated this case, uncovering corruption. Believers challenged to take action on corruption. The president replied, "We cannot change people's hearts. That is the duty of the church," which is true. Museveni replied. Museveni appointed a believer as Minister of Ethics and Integrity, but the public sharply criticized this born again whose life was a threat. She was attempted twice, but due to prayers by several churches and the support of the president, forced high-ranking officials to step down. The president did. The Lord will protect you if you work according to his precepts. Prediction by the World Health Organization has become false. A mystery as they investigate the Ugandan phenomenon. The inflation rate has dropped from 380% to between 6 and 8%. The AIDS rate has decreased. World Health is a mystery in investigating the Ugandan phenomenon. It has become a case to be reckoned. While the Ugandan Christian Alliance is forging ahead in making disciples of the whole nation, Pastor John Mulinde's prophecy has become a reality. There is something about Africa, but God has a plan for it. They tried to destroy by AIDS, Ebola, controlling birth rate. Time has come for Africa. Time has come for Africa. Don't bow to mammon. Don't be recolonized by false Bible-carrying greedy leaders. Don't take false teaching like the U.S. prophets policy, reducing the population of Africa as they continue to steal minerals as they feel Africa does not need them. Hey, why? We need spiritual resurrection. Get up, Africa, from your slumber. Fight the good cause. Fight the Berlin Conference. Fight and fight. I see a lot of youth, a lot of African leaders are waking up to correct the situation, to take what is ours. Oh, France, stop plundering Africa. He said the West have become so rich because of Africa. God blessed us with the resources, uncountable resources. Oh, glory to Africa. Glory be the African continent. And we are going to win these wars. These wars will materialize to something positive. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye.